landscape. Why it comes down in this way is a mystery. Can hang without any effort of its muscles, which have been reduced to thin bones. And to save energy, it spends most of its time hanging around half asleep in the treetops.
Welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, just preparing for the new week. Let me move this over a little bit. Alright, well, we're back. Gonna do the normal stream, right? Always gonna be showing up at stream time. And right now we're just looking at last week's picks. Pretty okay week. I'm really feeling optimistic about this week. Not necessarily, like, I'm not saying like the market's going to be insanely good. I have no clue what the market's going to look like, but I'm feeling optimistic for the trades. I don't know. Last week was okay, but it's been a couple weeks since we had just, last week, the week before, they were all right. I mean, this one was crazy when we had the space trade, the XPV trade, eBay. That was a very good week. So I'm trying to get a week like this again. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the market allows for it. These are the trades going into this week, just the ongoing trades from last week. And then the two new trades are QS and BNT. I posted BNT today. It's like a, what's it called? Like a crypto, right? That's actually already up 6%. So let me fix this real quick. But yeah, looking forward to the new week. Let's go to the charts. Let's talk about futures, the market, Bitcoin, tickers in chat, all the trades, Rocket, Fisker, Clover, everything. Let's get it all done. So let's head on over to the charts. Welcome to the stream. Hit that like button. Alright, so now we are currently looking at futures. Let me just adjust some things. And yeah, I think right now we have the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Buffalo Bills. So I know some people might be watching the playoffs right now. earlier today. The GOAT, Tom Brady, and some people might dislike the stream because I said that Bucks are taking it home. Well, at least they're going to be playing the Super Bowl at home, so I'm pretty stoked for that. And yeah, right now we're just looking at the charts. Futures up a little bit, really nothing much, and anything can change over the night. But for now, honestly, just consider them flat. Okay, that's what I would say. Other than futures, we could talk about Bitcoin real quick. I'm kind of just charting like how Mitch Ray charts it. That's just, I guess, the best way to look at it, with the consolidation to the downside, with like this potentially the beginning of a falling wedge or whatever. But yeah, I mean, the main thing here on Bitcoin is just levels. You're just in between, 31K and 33.3K. That looks like your next support and resistance. Whichever way you break, just you can see continuation to that side. I don't know. It could go either way on Bitcoin for right now. Actually, now that I really look at it, believe it or not, Bitcoin is developing hidden bullish divergence on the daily. That implies a continuation to the upside if it confirms. So you have two histogram wicks that are now waning in negative momentum, and that could be really interesting. So I just realized that. I'm gonna continue to look at that. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily is a big deal. I believe there was some hidden bullish divergence like all the way down here, and then boom, right? Crazy run. So that's Bitcoin. Let's talk about Fisker. Not the best day on Friday, and again, what I've kind of been saying is you're looking for a nice move on Fisker soon. You want it to be soon for multiple reasons. Reason number one, you want this MACD divergence to confirm on the daily and on the 4. I actually have not necessarily triple, but like just classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour and hidden bullish divergence, maybe on the daily. It's been taking forever to confirm. So you're looking for that confirmation, right? And it's just walking this line. It's been walking the line, right? Some Wyckoff stuff going on. I'm still, a little bit looking into whether it's accumulation or distribution, but the point stands in which the risk management is very easy, right? If you fall under 1455 with confirmation, that's bad. If you break over this pretty much $16 level, you could be headed to much higher prices. So you want to get some demand literally tomorrow or on Tuesday, so that you do not fall under the 1455 line, so that you can confirm the why is there an alarm there? So you can confirm the bullish divergence. And yeah, you don't want this to become like an actual ascending triangle. You only have 2 touches if you wanted to look at it like an ascending triangle. So you only have like the 2 touches on the top, but that'd be what, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you technically need 1 more, but you don't want this to run up to this line and then pull back, because then there'd be a decent probability of breaking under 1455. So you're looking for a big move on Fisker. Quite frankly, this week, if you don't get a big move on Fisker this week, I think this turns into a bearish pattern. I'm not even, I'm not here to be biased as much as I love Fisker. If you don't get demand this week, this could turn into a descending triangle, which is bearish. So just continue to watch this. Let me actually make this maybe a yellow line so you can see what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, that's Fisker, Clover. A lot of people talking about it over the weekend. I believe they have a bunch of different things in terms of like conferences or whatever this week, so that obviously could help. Main thing is like this type of hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Bruce is not a big fan of Tom Brady. So yeah, hidden bullish divergence on the daily. You're just again looking for that move. It's in between 1317 and 1416. It's been the same thing since I put out this trade. This 1416 resistance, or 1420, whatever you want to call it, that resistance was on my chart when I posted the trade. That's nothing new, right? Before it even went up to it, I put it there as resistance. That was the previous support. If you get over 1420 and hold, that's bullish. If you fall under 1320, that's bearish. That's just really how it is. Obviously, continue to look at the news. That's really Clover. BurgerFi, I'm still liking BurgerFi quite a bit. It did have a fall in like the last hour of last week, but it was able to hold the 1327 support at close. Really, all you want to do on BurgerFi is not have any 4-hour or daily candle closes under 1327, and your hidden bullish divergence on the daily looks good. You got the golden retrace. You broke out of this little downtrend. Now you're going sideways. Just really on Fisker, BurgerFi, and Clover, they have what they need to see higher prices, but you need to see demand come in, right? You need to confirm that. you have the potential variables, but you're waiting on confirmation. And Rocket, same thing. You got the MACD crossover on the daily, no divergence on it. Trade's pretty much back to even. Was messing around here, never got stopped out, got a little bit close to it. About 30 cents away from being stopped out, but it did not. Now it's moving back up towards even, only down 1%. I actually really like how it's looking. 4-hour MACD looks pretty clean too. I think Rocket could have a nice week. It's at the bottom of the range, and you just need to hold the level, right? You just want to watch the level, see if it can hold. And I do think Rocket looks pretty good actually for a move to the upside. It looks like for now that it's trying to confirm this double bottom right here. So we'll see. Boom, the new trade, 4-hour. This trade's pretty much also, well, it's like literally at the entry right now. Maybe a couple cents under. Hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour over a support. And, not necessarily at fib level, but you're flipping the previous resistance into a support, and you're already seeing support there at 36 bucks. So you just want to hold 36 there. New trade QS. If you look at it on like the 1-hour, and I posted this on Friday, so yeah, if you look at it on the 1-hour, it looks like you have like a 1-hour falling wedge you broke out of. Just thought I would share that. But the trade I posted was on the daily, where you're holding this 47.50 support, right? Support over here on December 8th, support on January 4th and January 5th, support on January 20th, support on January 21st, big support at 47.55. You're holding that with hidden bullish divergence developing. So that's just a few trades I wanted to kind of just cover going into the week. They all still look good, but they're waiting on more confirmation with demand, right? You want to see that. And yeah, I feel like that's a good start to the stream. Make sure to hit that like button. We only got 20 likes and 40 people in here. The math does not add up, so hit that like button. What is up, C Wiser? And yeah, hopefully you all had a good weekend. Drop some takers in the chat. I think that was a pretty good start to the stream. If you want me to take a look at something, drop in the chat. If you want to send a tip, you want to buy some merch, that's a pinned comment in the chat. Also the first link in the description. Really optimistic about this week. The market, it looks so, the technicals look fine. They look a lot better actually than they did like 2 weeks ago. They're starting to look a little bit better, even though the market's been doing very, very well. But continue to watch the news. There's still a lot of stuff going on politically that can affect things within a minute. So keep CNBC on or whatever news source you use for the markets and pay attention. And I'm gonna be honest, on tonight's stream, I'm really eager to find a trade, right? I'm not gonna just try and turn anything into a trade. I'm really eager to find a very good chart that's a genuine trade. I don't know. I feel like there's opportunities out there. I put out a tweet about it. So I'm gonna be completely honest. If there's something in the chat and I look at the chart and it's just like a straight line up or a straight line down, there's no divergence or it looks bearish, I'm just gonna say don't see enough, right? I don't see enough on the chart and I'm just gonna skip it. I'm just really looking for all those variables to be lining up on charts. So we're going to be looking for that mainly. Oh yeah, CODX. Should be right there. You have this inverse head and shoulders, right? The little white curved lines. Right angle descending broadening wedge, where you have this down sloping demand line. You have a sell wall right here. You even have a sell wall right here, which is above the target of the trade. And you just need to break over $12 and hold it. It tried to do it on Friday, but it could not hold over 12. So the trade's already in profit. The trade's up 4.5%. You just don't want to fall under $11.22, and you want to break over 12 bucks. And at that point, there's very little resistance until the target, which is just under the 200-day moving average. So yeah, I'm gonna just look through tickers. I'm really looking for something that looks trade worthy, so don't take it personally if I just skip a chart. And just because I'm skipping a chart does not mean the price can't go up. It just means I personally am not too sure. There's not enough on the chart for me to give you a high probability edge, right? So I'm just going to be looking at things on this one. Again, I can't really give you a high probability edge. Kind of looks like a decent ascending triangle, sorry. It actually does look pretty decent, but you want it to come back to the demand line of the pattern, right? Sell wall and higher lows. AKUS. Not enough data on the chart to analyze. RMO. Skip the song. Looks pretty decent. I wish you could start developing divergence, but look, you have like this little demand line forming right here, right, where you have one bottom, another one, and then another one. So I wish that I could really, you know, get a bounce, and then you want to see the daily MACD start waning. That could send you to higher prices. Not enough data on the chart for me to really analyze. It looks like the big level is 82 cents, so you want to get back above that. KODK, yeah, Mitch Ray has been liking it quite a bit. He's been showing on the stream. We talked about this. I actually did a stream on Friday, like for education. And yeah, just pretty much I'm showing what Mitch Ray showed. Again, KODK was one of my biggest trades ever a few months ago, like an 80% profit trade. And I didn't really understand risk management like four or 5 months ago. So I had a crazy amount in the trade, and thankfully it worked out. But you know, I'm not going to be using that type of percent allocation again in my account. But it was like a lot. It was like the majority of my account was in KODK because I didn't really care about what I was doing back then. And it was like from right here, from like $6 to like 11 or something is where I took profits. It was great, but some luck was definitely involved. There was like some sort of catalyst. But here you just have those potential 3 rising valleys, higher lows, 1, 2, 3 higher lows, higher high, higher high, showing that there's some accumulation going on here. Mitch Ray likes it quite a bit. I think it looks good. And this is pretty much how you would manage your risk, right? Stop loss under that previous low. I'm really just repeating what Mitch Ray said. And then resistances, 1411, this local high right here, and then 1722, these highs right there. Not a complicated chart, very simple. Looks pretty good. ATRA, did we not? No, I didn't. Daily looks pretty good, actually. Wow. Who requested this? Scrooge. Okay, out of all people, Scrooge. I like it. I actually do like it quite a bit. Let's see if you can get a support to be over here, though. So major support at 16. That's quite some time. Oh, we do have a support. 1787. Oh, and that's even a low. Yes, yes. This is what I was looking for. Scrooge, congratulations. This is literally a trade. This is what I was looking for. This. I had spent like half an hour before the stream looking for something like this, and you got it. That's what I look for, you know. This is what I want. You're at a golden retrace. You're at a support. You have 4-hour classic bullish divergence. You have daily hidden bullish divergence. This is what I want to see. I like this. Pretty easy to manage your risk as well. See the next resistance. Let's go with that. I like that a little bit better. Oh, and that lines up with this high right here. Well, this is a trade. We got 34 people in here. I am currently setting up a new trade for the week. Shout out to Scrooge for the idea. Great job. Just a lot of stuff to work with here. Let's chart the divergence. You have it on the RSI. Wow, you even have it on the RSI. Are you joking? I'm gonna have to like look into this company after the stream just to verify it before I make it official, but technicals are set up for a bounce in the price. What am I trying to do? Okay. So this is not perfect classic bullish divergence, but it's pretty close to it, if I'm being honest. As long as your MACD goes green, I think it's fine. And then you also have it on your RSI regardless, right? Yep. Definitely have it on your RSI. So this is what you're looking for. I mean, I extended that a little bit too much. All right. There you go. This is exactly what you're looking for in a chart, in my opinion. And I'm not saying 100% the price is going to go up. I'm just saying this is what you want on the trade because it's easy to manage your risk. It's higher probability. It's not certainty, but it's higher probability. And you have a lot to work with, truly. So let's go back to the daily. And let's set up the risk management, right? I already charted the support and resistance levels. Entry would probably be right here. Wow, you even had a bullish pin bar. Oh my gosh. Fibonacci divergence, support, candles, clear risk management. Look at this bullish pin bar candle right there. I think this could be the bottom. And if I'm wrong, it doesn't matter because you can manage your risk, right? That's the whole entire point. You look for these things, and if you're right, you can make a lot. And if you're wrong, you don't lose that much, right? There you have a 3 reward to risk as well. I just put it right under the low from Friday, so I'd put the stop probably. And there you go. I mean, honestly, you could probably turn this into 2 targets. So let's do that. Okay. Let me copy and paste this. All right, make sure that stop is lined up. Now, how would you find that second target? Go with that right there, 22.97 for a longer term target. Check if either of these line up with fib levels. I'm gonna have to adjust them a little bit. There you go. Wow, the second target lines up with the 50% retrace. So let me lower that just a little bit. And then let's lower this just a little bit so the orders can fill. There you go. That's the new trade. Would bullish pin bar and hammer be the same thing? I can explain that in a second. Also, by the way, Fab, you were in the Friday stream and you reminded me to watch Boiler Room. I did watch it on Friday night, so did watch that movie. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Yeah, so bullish pin bar is this red candle right here. The difference between them is the bullish pin bar has a little bit of a wick on the top, right? Where a hammer should be only on the top. Like, so this little wick that's left over on the top of the red candle, right? That's what makes it a pin bar. But if it was just completely if the body was at the top of the candle, it would have been a hammer. So this is like, unless it's like a terrible company, this is going to be a new trade. They have about 500,000 volume average, it looks like. I'm going to have to look into that as well. 3 reward to risk, 4 reward to risk, new trade. It's not confirmed. I mean, I still need to look into the company, but this chart has a lot of things I'm looking for. So thank you, Scrooge, for this one. High potential trade. Probably going to be putting this out unless they're a terrible company. I don't know. Five reward to risk on the long-term trade. All right, there you go. ATRA new trade. If you're in the stream, you saw it first. All right, so I saved that on my watch list. SDC, yeah, we can look at Smile Direct Club for a second. I'm gonna try and do this a little bit quicker just to get through as many requests as possible. So did it delete my chart? Great. So it looks like we looked at this on Friday. Looks like there's a parallel channel that is being created. Something like that. There you go. We're like in this upsloping channel. No divergence on the daily. And classic bullish divergence on the 4. Okay. The one thing that is a little bit concerning about this trade is this. Okay. Right. Long one. This is the only thing that's kind of giving me a little bit of like, not a worry, but just like you need to see a little bit more confirmation, if that makes sense. So look at that, right? Could this be a head and shoulders? That is my worry, and you need to break back above 11.15. So you have the classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour. You're in an upsloping channel on the daily. My only thing is that you need to get back above $11.15 so that you don't confirm a breakout of a head and shoulders to the downside. So I don't know if it's ready for a trade yet. I want to see it get back above 11.15 before I feel comfortable with putting out a trade. You could even eventually develop daily classic bullish divergence. I'm just personally going to wait a little bit more. It's at a bounce area. I want to see the bounce come in before I get in. I want a little bit more confirmation of this low before I feel comfortable entering it. Because this could also be an area where it breaks out to the downside, right? If it falls out of this upsloping channel with the potential head and shoulders, that's where I want to take some caution. So if it bounces tomorrow, if it has a good open, then probably, but I want some more confirmation for really, I guess, putting it out. Going. And again, I can't get to every single request. I try to get through as many as possible. Going looks pretty decent. I want the MACD to continue waning again. It kind of stalled out for Friday. But look, it's using this previous resistance, right, as support. So you just want to hold on to that support. Daily looks pretty okay. Hour looks good too. Looks like you have a mini support right here at 204. So it's just really, look how many levels on the chart. Those are our levels. It does look good, but you want to, again, this is one where I think you want to wait for a little bit more confirmation on this low. You want to see the MACD cross over to green. You want to see a bounce come in, stuff like that. AMCI, not enough data for me to work with. And I don't know enough about the company to really speak on it. Same thing with STPK. LAZR, hidden bullish on the daily. I messed up on the LAZR one for sure. Definitely does suck. But could it still present a trade? Yes, it definitely can. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Yeah, this could also present a new trade. Again, there were much better entry areas. I wish, you know, it didn't have a stop punch right here. This was the best place to be entering though. So that's LAZR. Keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 30 likes. Come on. Where am I at right now? IDEX. IDEX is like, it's a little bit hard. I mean, there is much better times to be entering. 173 is the craziest level ever. I'm not going to spend all the time going back on it, but like there were so many supports and resistances at 173, so that's like a great entry area. That's literally where it came down to, and it bounced off of it. Now it's just literally in a range between 3 and 4, and it's right in the middle, so I could see it going either way. LULU. Starting all the levels real quick. Looks pretty interesting. It is oversold on the RSI, some classic bullish divergence on the daily. Not much of an edge on the 4-hour though. So it looks a little bit more bullish than bearish, but I'd want a little bit more from the trade. I only really see one big variable, which is the classic bullish divergence on the daily. Hidden bullish. No, I would say classic bullish on the daily. Apps. Oh my gosh, shout out to Christian for this one. This was a great options play for me. Yeah, I mean, I guess I already had a chart. I never put out this trade officially, but I kind of did it myself and it worked out, even though I did take profits like down here a little bit early. But yeah, at this point, it's just, that's the resistance. Right under $70, that's a psychological resistance. And that would be your golden ratio, 1618. And then your support's pretty much $60. So again, not as much of a probability as it was down here with the bull flag and the divergence. That was a great stuff right there, Christian. Plug, Palantir. Again, I think both these are, Palantir, it definitely could provide something. Well, it was up 25%, yeah. So, I mean, charts like this, there's not much I can do with, right? You know, charts like this, like this, like this, like this. You know, the runs already have started. I like entering before those big runs start. Could you market buy this and make a nice percent gain? Yes. But could you market buy this and lose money within 20 minutes? Yes. I like getting in the safer areas where it's much easier to manage your risk. Because managing your risk right here would be very, very risky, right? You want to be entering before these moves happen as a trader. You don't want to be chasing ever. So I have no clue what's next for these. I'm not saying that they're going to fall. This is just not what I do personally. I look for the patterns, the divergence, stuff like that. IVR. Looks like I've seen this before. If it breaks 358, you're probably going to see like 430 or something like that. It's trying to break out. Look how big of a resistance this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times couldn't break it. If you ever break 358 with confirmation, that'd be great. Over the 200-day moving average. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. This is your make or break here. You break 358, you're probably going to see a nice run. You can break 358, you could probably come back down to 330. IVR, ADP. I saw you put out a new trade, guy in hand. What was it? APTI. I got the alert on TradingView because I do follow you now on TradingView. You're the only person I follow on TradingView. I don't really follow anybody there. ADP. I see the classic bullish divergence. That's like textbook classic bullish divergence. Perfect separation of islands. Very consistent development. Let's see the daily. And then that would be your hidden bullish divergence on the daily. So oscillators definitely look good. Let's see if we have anything else. Oh my gosh, you got a support too. Okay. I just wish there was like a pattern. That's the only thing. So you're at a support with divergence, you just don't have much of a pattern. It does honestly look kind of similar to that first one we looked at. ATRA. Does look pretty similar to it. Like same exact idea with the 4-hour divergence on 4-hour classic divergence and the daily hidden divergence. Very similar charts. That one did give you the 0.618 though. That one gave you the golden retrace, which just really put it, you know, over the top. I just wish you had a pattern, right? This is not the best looking kind of structure, this rounding top. You also have a gap to fill on the daily, which I guess could be a target. Right? 167, which wouldn't be a crazy move. This doesn't look like something that moves very insanely. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but on this one, yeah, like, you know, managing your risk. If you entered right here, you just, I guess, target that. That's only 3% away, right? So it doesn't give you the best risk management. It definitely can pivot here. It's just not the best risk management. You could also target this, right? That was your resistance right here and support right here. So if you target that, then you get 3. So this would be the trade. But again, that's like a 5% trade. So, and it could take a while. So this is something like Walmart, I guess, or like Pfizer, where it just moves very, very slowly, it seems like. Even though it did just have a very big move. So I'm not too sure. But like everything looks good on the technicals. It's just like, I wish there was like a pattern to trade off of, like a demand line or something like that. Just not for the probability, but to watch it develop more, if that makes sense. 3.8, yeah, it's at the 382 for sure. Yeah, probably just be something like this, right? Because you don't want to have your stop loss. You want it to be right under these lows right here. So give you like a 2.6 reward to risk. Just again, it's that 5% move is like the target in my opinion. It could go higher. So I guess it just comes down to like what the company's doing and stuff like that. Yeah, DYAI has been crushing it here. And this was another one. Both BigCommerce, right? BigCommerce, people were impatient. I was impatient on BigCommerce, I'm not even gonna lie. People were impatient. They saw it was down in the first few days of the trade and they lost hope. And then what happened on January 21st, it went up 14%. And now the trade is like halfway to the target. So this was literally my #1 stock pick at the end of last week, or the week before last week when it was down here at like $63, and now it's at 71. I literally saw on stream it's my #1 stock pick. People were frustrated that I said that, and now you see why. This is what I look for in a chart, and it just worked out great. So it's halfway to the target. You could take some profits in this area. You could continue to hold. I mean, just remember this thing got absolutely crushed. So there is a lot of room to run if this is your local bottom, or even all-time low potentially. So that's BigCommerce. Oh yeah, you were talking about DYAI though. Same thing. People were like impatient on this one. Didn't do anything for like the first week of the trade, and now it is up 8% since when I posted the entry. Broke out of the falling wedge, confirmed divergence on the daily and the 4-hour. There you go. Very low volume. That's my only thing with this one. Extremely low volume, but look at that major support, right? This whole entire support range right there. So that is DYAI, ENPH. Yeah, keep hitting that like button. We need 4 more likes. So run that up. I mean, this just looks like parabolic to me. Something like this, maybe. Yeah, it just looks pretty parabolic. I don't even know how you would like really measure. You get the point, right? Where it's just going crazy. I think this would be it. So it just, look at the angle of ascent, right? As Mitch Ray would say, just insane demand is coming in. You did have some bearish divergence that played out right there on the daily. Don't know anything about the company necessarily, but you do have hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, which could continue this very solid run, right? Hidden bullish divergence implying continuation to the upside. So that's pretty decent as well. That's ENPH, CTEK. When I said CTEK, I said E key. Right over here. This one, volume is way too low. Look at all these gaps. I can't really do anything with that chart, unfortunately. MVIS. Not much of an edge on the charts, like right in the middle of a range between $6 and $7.50. HSTO broke over previous resistance. Not too sure if it's too late. HSTO. It's charting all the levels here. I don't like the macro trend at all, if I'm being honest. All it's done since it was created is lose money. Or if you would have just held it from IPO now, you would have just lost your money. Unless you somehow bought in at 74 cents. Really, these are the levels on the chart. Other than that, I'm not a big fan of the macro trend, but I don't know anything about the company. CBAT? Oh, let's look at CBAT, okay? Before we actually look at the regular CBAT, let's come over here. Looks like I'm lagging a little bit. Apologies for that. This new overlay is just, it uses a lot of CPU. So I need to figure something out. Yeah, I'm going to look at CBAT right now, actually. If I can find it. There'll be somewhere here. It was not that far down, I don't think so. Was it really this far back? There we go. Alright, so right now we're looking at CBAT. Okay. The price right here was $4.93. I put out this trade. People were calling me crazy because there was an institution that was short CBAT, that were saying that CBAT is a bad company, and the technicals looked great, and I thought that their report was stupid. And then what happened here? What happened? I outperformed the whole entire institution. Boom. Boom. It was a 42% profit trade in 2 days. In 2 days, 42%. And at this point, it's much higher. Entry was $5 and now it's $8. So there you go. Just awesome stuff. And now I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter posting CBAT for fundamental reasons. And it could go higher if we're going to look at the technicals at this point, right? Remember, my original buy call was $5. So let's go back to the chart real quick. All right. Let's go to CBAT. It's actually already on my watch list. Mitch Ray was talking about it tonight. Again, easier levels, but what did Mitch Ray talk about? This is pretty much the same thing as KODK, where you have a potential 3 rising valleys, higher highs and higher lows, right? So potential 3 rising valleys going on here, or if you ever break 883, your target would probably just be 1130, that high right there. Like, I'm not even joking. And then it looks like your, I'll move this up a little bit, like right there. Looks like your support could be 745 based off of this candle low, this candle high, and this candle high. Looks like your support could be 745. If you want to see an example of these 3 rising values playing out, let's go to Fisker, zoom back out. Let's go to the 1 hour. Here you go. This is your 3 rising valleys, right? You have this first valley, then the next one where you made a higher high and a higher low, then the third one where you hit a very nice target. This was like an actual, no, it was right here. It was this one, right? So you have one valley right here. This is your first one. This is your second valley. This is your third valley. And then the trade was right here. The entry was like 1528 and it went all the way up to here. So that's really what a 3 rising valleys can do. So yeah, that's just like an example of it. MDGS. Very gappy chart. Kind of hard to analyze. Yeah, it's just not too sure on this one. I can see it going either way. What's up, Mason? How you doing? MGI. I hate how the overlay is lagging. It's like frustrating. Whoa. When did I look at this? Here's our levels on MGI. Kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulders being created. Right? That could be your inverse head and shoulders. And then neckline would probably be something like that. So it looks pretty decent, but you need to get back above 676, which is like actually a little bit lower. You need to get back above 667, which is like the high from September 2019. GameStop, crazy stuff right there again. We've looked at this last couple of days, right? Obviously, I have no clue what's happening in the short-term future. It could continue pumping, it could dump very quickly. All I was really talking about every time I get requested it is right here. I was looking at GameStop right here on stream. I said it was very bullish. People were ignoring it. That's what happens. We were seeing accumulation going on with the sell wall. It wasn't like an actual ascending triangle, but you saw this accumulation, and then it went crazy. Obviously for a lot of fundamental reasons, but you want to be getting in here. You don't want to be getting in on stuff like this. So that's GameStop. Again, I'm going to be skipping charts that don't really show an edge, just because I'm looking for things that can make money, right? And I'm not saying just because I skip a chart does not mean it can't go up. I'm just saying I'm looking for charts that are giving me clear risk management and a lot of variables, right? So don't take that as me saying it's bearish. I'm not saying something's bearish if I skip the chart. It just means I don't know. Which on this one, again, I'm just not too sure. You could create hidden bullish divergence eventually, but your MACD needs to develop more, and you want to get back above 422. GNPX. Hidden bullish on the daily and 4 hour and under the 618. Looks like I've already looked at this chart. Looks like it. I don't really know if it used any Fibonacci's as support. I do see the hidden bullish divergence. It's even there on the RSI. Yeah, and it's there on the daily as well. This looks pretty similar to OPTT. This would be your demand line. Probably something like that. I like it. I do. Oh, I think I already had this on the chart when I just might have deleted it. Yeah, I mean, how would you trade this? I would probably trade it something. Probably wait for a little bit of a pullback. Go for this target. Lower the stop loss. That's the issue. Not the best reward to risk if it does break out to the downside. Could you aim higher on the target? Sure. You definitely do this. I feel like this could be a better long-term trade because you're seeing this accumulation going on in the hidden bullish divergence. And then you lower your stop to under the 200-day moving average. I feel like this would be a better long-term trade than short-term trade, assuming it's a good company. But that's how I would kind of look at it. About a 2.5 reward to risk. So that's GNPX. I'm actually going to keep this one on my watch list. See if I can mess around with it a little bit more. Find a better way to trade it. But I do definitely see some variables on the chart. Potential short squeeze, not too sure on what you're talking about. AKBA. Yeah, keeping that like button. We need one more like to hit 30 likes. This one, I have no clue why it gapped down from $10 to $2, but that is terrible fundamentally. Looks like you're under this support at 376. I'm not saying you can't trade this. I'm just, you know, if a company does this, that's not bullish, right? If you gap down that badly, something went wrong, horribly wrong. So I'm just not too sure about that one. Fubo. What's right here? It looks okay. I mean, there's no divergence here because you did not make a higher low. So I don't know. I mean, I was trading Fubo from like $26 to like 32, so I made like a nice 20% or whatever. Obviously, this went much higher. It bounced back off 30. Resistance is 40, and then your supports are 35. Really not even. Let me go to the 4. Let me try and find a better support. Looks like this could be your support. 36.67, and then after that, $30. Oh yeah, it's Fubo. GTBIF. OTC stock. No clue. I mean, this could continue going crazy. That's your support and resistance. 2870 support, resistance 3070. Chainlink. Chainlink went to a new all-time high, which is great. Here. I mean, if it breaks this resistance, you're probably gonna see another nice run. I don't know. I feel like obviously the better area on Chainlink was down here when it was an accumulation, right? At this point, it can go crazy. Chainlink has pretty much gone crazy. It went from $1.50 to $25 in a year. It was pretty much $1.50 exactly a year ago, right? If we really look down here. So it's, yeah, right over there, right? Like $1, yeah, $1.50, what I just said, right over there in March last year. So it's obviously, I mean, look, from here to here, what a run. So it could continue going parabolic. I feel like this is one of the only cryptos that is mainly like a fundamental play over a technical one. So I would just say look into, you know, all this stuff with the oracles, the smart contracts, partnerships, institutional buying. I think there was some sort of news with Grayscale that came out with Chainlink. So yeah. LILAK, classic divergence on the 4-hour daily, bounce off the 200-day and bullish hammer. All right, so we're getting some requests from Christian and Guy and Hat. Let's see what they got up their sleeves tonight. Okay. LILAK. I don't see any classic bullish divergence on the daily yet. It's possible, but you need it to start waning to the upside. On the 4-hour, yes, it's like there, but like again, you want it doesn't look the best. It's not the best looking divergence to me. It's not like consistently developing. It is over the 200-day moving average. Very, very volatile. I'm not too sure. I'm not saying this can't go up again. I'm not extremely sure on this one. Don't know anything about the company. It's a bullish hammer. Kind of, yeah. I would say yes. It just doesn't have all the variables. It has some variables for sure. It could move up, but I'm just not 100. I mean, I'm never 100% sure, but it just, I want a little bit more. Dollar Tree. Broadening triangle. Has support with convergence. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see it. I mean, that's technically a neutral pattern, right? However you want to, you know, chart. I'm not going to even try to chart it perfectly, but that's technically a neutral pattern. And then bullish convergence is nice. It's not as good as divergence. So again, it looks good. It's just, it doesn't have every single variable. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely tradable. It's pretty easy to manage your risk, but it just doesn't give you a uber bullish pattern with divergence, fibs, handles, stuff like that. As Dollar Tree, I really like this one, the one that Scrooge talked about earlier, ATRA. This is one I like quite a bit, to be honest. ATRA Biotherapeutics. All right, let's take a look at this company. I like the chart. I like the technicals. Let's see what's up with it. Probably just a little bit better. Second. All right, so biotech, I assume, kind of. T-cell immunotherapies. We could take a look at IOTA in a second. So this company, what was the volume on it again? Pretty decent, like 500,000 or something. I'm not gonna understand all their actual tech, but I get the point of the company. Third quarter. Look at the 10Q. Sorry if I'm being quiet. It's just it's kind of hard to talk when I'm reading all of this. So I know it could be extremely boring. I'm just trying to. I don't really see anything too major. It looks like pretty simple year-over-year reports. Pretty consistent. Not too much changed. Really, that much. Significant operating losses since inception. Transaction profitability will depend on successful development, approval, and commercialization of product candidates. We expect that our cash and cash equivalents and short-term investments will be sufficient to fund planned operations in 2022. Earnings are coming up in March. Good reactions to both of their last two earnings, right? Get an earning right here, you went up after it. Get an earning right here, you went up after it. Right. Yeah, so it's interesting. I don't really see any red flags. I don't know too much about what they're doing, but fundamental analysis. Now I'm just really doing it on this one trade because I really like the chart. So I'm just kind of just looking through at what they're doing. I'm never going to understand any of this, so I'm not trying to act like I'm really looking into the actual tech. I'm just seeing how, I guess, professional they are about it. Immunotherapy. T cell is a type of white blood cell. All right. I don't. So the technicals look great. The fundamentals look fine. I don't think they're going to be a blue chip company or anything ever, but like they're okay, right? I don't see anything. They're not terrible, I guess. And they're an okay company, right? In terms of, I'm just talking about like the balance sheet. stuff like that. In terms of like innovation and stuff, I think they're doing innovation, even though I don't get what a lot of these words mean. Yeah, I mean, I see the no, I see why it works, right? So they got a new CEO in 2019. 30 years of global biopharmaceutical experience. It doesn't look like a big company. It just looks like, you know, they have a mission, right? Company looks fine and the chart looks great. So I'll look a little bit more into it, but this is going to be a trade, right? I'm not going to lie, this is going to be a trade. So I'll probably also read the news headlines, see if there's anything too much, if there's anything there. Awaits FDA's procedural decision to initiate license application submission for phase 3 treatment of Epstein-Barr virus. Okay, so they're working on that. So you're gonna have to keep that in mind. $170 million public offering. Well, that was in December. So they had an offering on December 9th. 5 million shares at $24.50. Oh, that makes so much sense. Look at that. That's why. So Scrooge, this is why this happened, right? Yeah, this is literally exactly what happened. So the reason for this big sell-off was they had an offering, and it looks like this has been priced in for like a month, right? The offering was at $25. Now it's at the golden retrace, so you're getting a 61.8% sale on it. You're showing the seller exhaustion on the daily and the 4-hour, right? So you're a month away from the offering, and this could be an accumulation level. It's a previous support visit. There it is. All right, I like this trade. It's all coming together now, and at this point is when I would hit the publish button and put out my trade. I'm not going to do that on the stream, so I don't know. I just figured for once, maybe just do a little bit more. And I still need to look at their news. I just kind of looked at their news really quick. That's how I saw the offering. But yeah, I always try to do that when I see something looking like this that I don't know about the company, right? A lot of the trades I already know what company it is, right? Like Clover I already know, BurgerFi I already know, Rocket I already know, Room I already know. So a lot of these trades I already know the company, so I don't have to do that. But on these new companies that I've never heard of, I always do that before I put out the trade. At least for like 5 minutes, right? It's not like GSX, which is straight fraudulent. Oh gosh. All right, let's get back to the stuff. MU. All right, MU, Micron. Awesome. Let's talk about it. There you go. Hit the target. Let me skip this one. All right, Micron. I put out this trade. I feel like nobody was in this trade. It was an amazing trade. It was like 11% in a few days. I don't know if anybody was in it. I was in it. I made some profits on it. Hit the targets, and it went to almost 3618 for reversing. So this was a great trade. The entry was 75 bucks. The target was $82. 10% trade. At this point, I don't know, not much of an edge. It looks like it's pulling back. There's no seller exhaustion. It could continue to pull back. It could continue the run up. Obviously, very big semiconductor company, and earnings are not until March. So we'll see what happens here. Lime. That's the wrong one. I never put out this trade. All right, good. I didn't put out this trade because it would have been a failed trade. So, see, sometimes I just don't put out things, and sometimes that's a good thing. Like right there, where it would have been stopped out. But other times, like there's been trades that I've never put out, played out perfectly. It really just is pick and choose. I do see the hidden bullish divergence. off the 200-day moving average. Yep, pin bullish divergence on the 4 hour as well. 200-day moving average, you have a support at 45. That is a very real support. You have a gap to fill. Go back to the daily. 50 bucks. Oh. Let me take that off the daily chart. I like it. Yeah, the target for me would just be the gap fill, so this is how I would manage my risk. Nice, 10% trade or so. And it could go higher if it breaks that, so you can make a second target. I'd probably just put it right under the 200-day moving average. So it'd only give you a 2 reward to risk. So probably I'd wait for a pullback. So hopefully you could get one to get that 3 reward to risk and to as close as possible to 45 bucks. So I'd say hope for a pullback just for good risk management. Otherwise, if you want to trade a little bit higher, just increasing your risk. So it just depends on the person. Oh yeah, you already said that. Wouldn't be great reward to risk. If you wait for a dip, it could be. So what would be great is if it came back down to like 45 bucks and you were still developing divergence. That would be a great trade because look at how you could manage your risk there. Right? You could even put your stop loss under this low. And you'd have a 3 reward to risk exactly. That would be an amazing trade if you could enter at 45. So that would be the best way to play it, in my opinion. Who knows if it gets there. That is mine. Let me show you all the crypto trade. Let's go. Breaking out right now. I own this. I got this on Coinbase. Awesome. So there you go. Right. One higher low, second higher low, third higher low. Sell wall at $1.90, right? You get a sell wall right here. Zoom in right over here, right over here. And there you go. Right now it's literally as we speak, it's breaking out. And look, where's the next resistance? Guess what? There isn't one. I mean, look how crazy. Oh my gosh. I didn't even look. The high is 374. There's literally no data until then. So all I did for the target was the 2618. And it's breaking out right now. There you go. This is the trade I put out today. I don't know if anybody here trades crypto. I alerted the Discord. I tweeted it out. I entered it myself. Look at the hidden bullish divergence, right? Where you made a higher low from right here to right here. Hidden bullish divergence on the RSI and MACD. And then look at the buying volume. That's what you want to see on a potential breakout, right? Very nice buying volume. And then in 51 minutes, if it closes over 192, that's a confirmed breakout. So crypto is really what got me into trading. I still trade crypto as much as I can. I did pretty decent trading crypto in the last few weeks. So it's just a new one I'm in. Thought I would share it. Yeah, just working out well. The trade is currently up. Right now, this trade is up 6%, but at one point it was up 8%. So good stuff on that trade. Bitcoin, really just, yeah, not doing much. Really just in this range between like 31,000 and 33,000. SRNE. Thank you for the 30 likes, by the way, appreciate it. I feel like a lot of people just been watching the playoffs game tonight. That's what I would be doing if I wasn't streaming right now. That game's finished though, right? Has to be finished, there's no way. Let me see what happened. The Chiefs. Alright, so we got the Chiefs playing. Okay, it's gonna be a good Super Bowl. It's gonna be a great Super Bowl. Chiefs vs Bucks. Excited for that. SRNE, look, it couldn't break this resistance at 1066. Now it's falling. I don't know. It's, again, not a major edge right here, right? How do you? This is like you could flip a coin and it could go up or it could go down. So I'm just not too sure. It doesn't give me the pattern, the divergence, the fib levels I want. Just next major support is like $9. or 889. I'm just being as straightforward as possible. It's just like I'm looking for things before these moves up, right? Like if you would have looked at it right here, okay? This is what I was looking for, right? You had classic bullish divergence because you made a lower low from this low to this low, and then you made a higher low. Classic bullish divergence. You were double bottoming, right? You had one bottom, second bottom, and you were on the 200-day moving average, and you had a bullish pin bar right over here. Bullish pin bar, bullish hammer. This right here would have been my entry, and then look what happened after. This is why I look for these areas so that I can enjoy these types of moves, right? That's what I'm kind of looking for. I'm not looking for it after it makes that move and then it's falling, you know what I'm saying? Because it could do anything at that point. There's just a lot more probability in areas like this before the move's up. But yeah. What else we got here? OPTT went absolutely crazy, man. Wow. I mean, look at this. Little 13% profit in 2 days on this trade I put out. Little did I know that I was like literally calling the local bottom. I posted this at 277, right? That was the low. I posted it. Where was it? Right here. This is where I posted it, on this candle. I literally called, I'm not even joking, to the cent. What? Look, let me show everybody here. Where is it? It might have not been to the cent, but extremely, extremely close. What was the price? I was 2 cents away, okay? Right here, it was at 277. I posted it at 279. It was at 279. I put out a trade on it. This is the trade. This is the proof, right? Let me hit the play button. And little did I know it would do that. I mean, crazy. I just put a target on it like I would for every other trade. Didn't really think too much about it. And if I would have never guessed that it could have came up here. But it has doubled in price since I put out the buy call. Literally, it's doubled in price since I put that out. So that's what you look for, right? That's what I look for personally. That one, it sucks, right? Because I had no clue that I was going to do something like this. But you can't get them all. I guess profit is profit, but 12% profit is very different, or 13% profit is very different than 100% profit. So absolutely insane. Rounding bottom action. Demand line posted at 277. Now it's 560. 10-12. All right, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I think it was a good stream. We covered all the trades, the market, Bitcoin. We have a new trade from Scrooge, ATRA. I'm gonna be posting this within probably like 20 minutes or something. So yeah, very good stream. I'm liking this trade going into the week. ATRA, also Smile Direct Club. I only like it if it gets over 11.15 because I'm not a big fan of this head and shoulders, but you do have classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour developing, right? Have the classic bullish divergence. You also have it at the demand line of this upsloping channel. So just kind of mixed variables, and I'm just waiting for this bearish variable to be either canceled out or to actually play out. So I'm just waiting for confirmation to either side before putting this one out. But I will be putting up this trade soon. Hope you all have a great night. Good luck in the market this week. Thanks for coming out, and peace out.
This is that once